All
Hey,
right.
good morning, everyone. Hey, this is Tom Davis back doing another interview today. I have a real surprise, and I have Isaiah Knight from Elite Performance Training down in Frisco. Isaiah and Parker invited me down to tour the facility, learn about it and everything. And I'm going to tell you what, it just blew my mind with everything that they did. They had NFL players in doing recovery and work. They had NFL youngsters getting ready for the combine that just started. They work with MLB people, minor league people, college people, high school people, baseball, softball, any sport that you name. Man, it just blew me away looking. It's a 50,000 square foot facility, and it's located right across like the street from the cowboy training
Yes, sir.
facility.
Right next to the
And
star.
yep, and I will tell you what, it just absolutely blew me away. And listening to Isaiah and Parker and them talking about how they train not the skill set, but the body for longevity, the mindset, and everything. I mean, you have to remember one thing, and I stress it all the time. Your skill set can be great, but if your body is not built to sit there and grind for the longevity of it, sooner or later you're going to break down. So I just want to introduce Isaiah Knight. Great guy that works with a lot of the athletes down there. And hey, Isaiah, I'm going to tell you what, you take it over. Elite performance training, and you tell us all about it and give us your
All
spiel.
right. All right. Well, Tom said it well. I mean, my name's Coach Isaiah Knight here at Elite Performance. I've been a performance coach here for about a year now. But man, over here at Elite Performance, we focus on a lot of things. We've worked with plenty of athletes. We've probably worked with over 500 to 1,000 different athletes that come in all the way from the youth level to the professional level. So we've had guys come in here that just finished up with their MLB season. We have some NFL guys that are in here right now. We have some minor leaguers. All of our MLB guys are actually back at spring training. So they all just left, unfortunately. Man, we can't wait to have them next year. We hope that they just keep coming back and continue to grow with us. But here at Elite Performance, what I like to say is we focus on two different things when it comes to training our athletes. We focus on athletic development and we focus on sports performance. So, I mean, usually the regular person, if I tell them that, they might listen and they might say, "Man, what's the difference between the two? They're the same thing. I'm getting better at my sport, right?" Yes, they are, but not fully. Whenever I'm talking about athletic development, I'm talking about the development from your youth age all the way up until your adult and professional mature age. So if you come in here and you're a youth athlete, you're very young. We have a seventh, like let's say second grade through sixth grade. You're not going to be in here lifting super heavy weights, man. That's not our goal. Your muscle's not mature enough. We want to help you develop those motor patterns to create a great athlete. So, with a lot of the things that we focus on in our athletic development aspect of the facility is a lot of problem solving, trying to put you in a difficult situation so that way you can continue to develop those neural pathways and continue to develop those problem solving skills. So that way, when you're out there on the mound or you're out there on the field, man, it's not like you're playing in mud. You can react quick. You get in and out of your breaks. You can see what's happening before you and you can react faster than everyone else on the field. So a lot of times people talk about, man, that kid's really fast. That kid's really fast. And we always talk about a difference between speeds because you can be a really fast kid, but if you're not an elite level processor, if you can't process what's happening out in front of you, that speed's just going to go to waste. You might be able to catch up to somebody, but you'd be a lot better. You'd be a lot better of an athlete if you can react in a split second. And that's the difference between these regular athletes and these elite level athletes, man. These guys can react on a dime. They don't sit there and wait. And a lot of the times you look at these Hall of Famers and it's split second reactions. So whenever we're working on that youth development, man, we really want to get you into that youth movement exploration. We want you to figure out these motorways, these motor pathways. And in order for us to really impact the speed, I mean, the best way for us to do it is by trying to influence the mechanics as best as we can. We want you to compete. We want you to know what you're doing. Even if you might not fully understand it, I mean, we want you to have a better idea than the person next to you that doesn't come to training. And as long as you keep doing that, you keep showing up and you're going to get better and better. And as long as you, I like to say, as long as you have the intent, the outcome will come. The outcome will happen. You just got to stick with it and you got to trust the process. I mean, you hear a lot of pros say that nowadays. You just got to trust the process because a lot of people come in here and they say, man, I'm not getting good right away. I'm not feeling improvements right away. But improvements aren't going to happen overnight. It's compounded. You get 1% better every single day. And hopefully 3 months from now, you start to see a difference.
Well,
But outside of our athletic,
just to interrupt, that goes into that mindset and that drive and mental toughness too. Because I mean, my players and in my business, the recruiting thing. Hey, trust the process. Don't look anywhere else. It's almost like a racehorse with the blinders on the sides and all that. Don't worry about anything here. Let's focus on now and what's ahead of us.
yeah, no, that's amazing. That's perfect. Because what I was also going to get into with our youth development is outside of the physical qualities that you can gain from pursuing elite performance in the training that we do, or just any training that you do outside of your sport. I mean, you're building a lot more than that physical quality. You're building mental qualities and you're building some emotional qualities. I mean, as you know, I mean, I tell a lot of these kids, you're not going to have your parents all the time with you. So you're going to have to figure out a way to get in here and you're going to have to figure out a way to get everything done on plan with the details. And one thing I also like saying to all my athletes is if I'm training with you, like you got to want it more than me. I can't want it more than you because it's not my plan. It's your plan. I'm trying to set you up for success. And if I want it more than you, then it's going to be a lot harder for me to coach you up if I can see that you don't want it. But just alongside just those qualities as a whole, that mental fortitude, the resilience, the grit that you'll start to develop the discipline, and then leading into our sports performance as you start to get higher up as an athlete, one of the biggest things we'll focus on is acceleration, max velocity, change of direction, curvilinear, sprint, speed. We'll focus on agility, and we'll really start to refine and define those mechanics that you can really understand as you start to get older. Because once you get older, I mean, everybody's fast, everybody's quick, but if we can give you that next edge, we can give you that little detail that puts you slightly above the competition, man, it's going to do wonders. And that's a lot of what goes on around here. I mean, you see a lot of kids coming in and sometimes you have to put your pride to the side and realize this kid is here for one thing. Yes, they want to be better. They want to move faster, but ultimately they want to be better at their sport. And if we're not helping them get better at their sport, then we kind of lose some trust and some credibility. So our main goal is to focus on turning you into that complete athlete that can move, can get in and out of sticky situations, can react to the stimuli presented in front of you fast. And then on top of that, expose you to a bunch of different positions that you might feel when you're out there on the field or the mound or the pitch. So we're going to try to expose your ankles. We're going to try to put your ankles in uncomfortable situations. We're going to try to expose the hamstrings. We're going to try to put you in a bunch of weird situations that you might not encounter on the field until you encounter it. Like realistically, like it's hard to point out an exact time when it will happen because a lot of the times when you get put on the field, I mean, you're put into positions within a split second and you have to react within a split second. So we just try to expose you to as much of that as possible so you can continue to develop and be strong in those positions and not get stuck.
Yeah, I mean, you watch a ton of sports like me and everything. How many times you hear, well, they don't practice that or that situation
Yep.
doesn't happen every day. And I really liked when you were explaining that to me when when I was down there, just like the hopping on the inside of your ankle, the outside, and everything like that. Being, having that body part able to stand up to everything that it needs to in order for you to be successful.
Yeah, of course. Your body is always reacting to some sort of force, whether it's that ground reaction force or a force of somebody else coming up on you. And the most important thing is that if our body isn't able to handle those forces, man, that's just a recipe for disaster. You're going to feel some energy leaks, you're going to feel some sort of compensation happening somewhere else in the body, and that's what we don't want to occur. So, as we continue to build you up, man, we want you to be able to absorb these forces and continue to produce out of these forces whenever you're out there on the field. So, one term that us as strength coaches usually like to talk about whenever we talk about fast runners, we always talk about how sometimes there's those athletes that are running really fast, or it looks like their legs are moving really fast, but they're not getting anywhere. But then you have another athlete that's running really slow, or it looks like they're running in slow motion, but they're getting there a lot faster than the guy that's moving his legs fast. And a lot of that has to come down to how fast that nervous system is and how much force that nervous system is able to produce. So that slow motion runner that's getting somewhere fast, they're not slow, but they can produce a lot of power, which compensates for the fact that their nervous system speed is a little slow. A lot of us like to call it rate coding.
Let me ask you just one quick question. How much does genetics play in this whole thing, Isaiah?
And I mean, genetics are huge. So we can only really train somebody to the level of their genetics. So if you come out the womb and man, you're already jumping 20 inches as a 10-year-old and you're moving fast, what we can do is try to increase your ceiling and try to raise your floor. So with those elite genetic jumpers, I mean, the combine going on right now, and you start to see guys, man. I think his name was Sonny Styles, huge monster athlete. He's around 240, 6'6", and he ran a 4.5 40 and jumped 43 inches. I mean, jumping 43 inches at 240 pounds it's mind blowing if you really put that into a factor. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, whoever's watching this video right now, I mean, you might be 180 pounds and only jumping 30. Now imagine trying to throw on 60 extra pounds and trying to jump 12 extra inches. Man, that's just to put that into perspective. But genetics are definitely a key factor when it comes to that athleticism, but you will always have an edge if you have a mental component when it comes to the game. If you have a guy that has crazy genetics, but he doesn't understand the game, and then you have another guy that they have all right genetics, they're about an average speed, an average player, but they understand the game a lot more than that super freak athlete. I mean, you're going to have the edge. You're going to know what to do to make him mess up. You're going to know where to throw the ball. You're going to know his weaknesses. And it all comes down to watching film. I mean, if you look at one of the greatest football players to ever play the game, Tom Brady, I mean, he wasn't the fastest guy. He wasn't the strongest guy, but man, that dude had a brain for the game. He could play football. He can run an offense. And I mean, that's why he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And a lot of people brought it up, man. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. I don't know if he can get out of a sack, but look what he did once he got to the league, man.
Yeah, you looked at his picture of his body picture at the combine when he was there, and I mean, it's like, wow, man, he looks like a 37-year-old man that's
Yeah.
been beaten around a little bit and everything. But it's just like you said. I mean, those guys, and you'll hear me say it to athletes and all that. That kid that knows everything, reacts, gets the jump on everything, has that anticipation for what's gonna happen, and then boom, reacts like that. You know
Yep.
what? They it's just like you're saying. They will outperform that kid that, you know, may be faster, reacts slower, and everything else like that. But they're gonna outperform them. Good points.
Yep, exactly. I mean, if you look at Jerry Rice, I mean, a lot of people say Jerry Rice is one of the best receivers in the NFL. I mean, what did he run whenever he ran? He ran a 4.6, I
Four
believe.
six, 4.67. They said he can't get deep. And it
Yep,
was funny.
exactly.
I'm like, put the ball up and let him run, and then and let's see who goes and gets the ball.
Yep. And Jerry Rice was one of those guys, man. He studied the game. He got to his points. He knew where he needed to be and when to be there. And that helped him out so much more than just being the fast guy. I mean, a lot of the
Probably
times
the
you'll,
probably the premier route runner of all time. He wasn't a one stop pony. Randy Moss, God bless him, great athlete. I watched
yep,
him play in high school with Jason Williams. I mean, it was phenomenal. What they did down at DuPont High School. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Uh, Not the greatest route runner, but for pure speed and size and going to get it, there Jerry Rice could do it all. He could that 15-yard out, that inside dig route, slants, going deep. I mean, he was a technician in what he did.
yeah, of course. I mean, one thing that Coach Letty and Coach Mason always kind of point out to us is that, we are skill coaches, but we aren't baseball coaches. We aren't football coaches. So when I have an athlete get in here, I'm not going to tell you how to be able to throw the ball faster. I'm not going to tell you how you should be moving whenever you're trying to throw that ball. But what I can do is I can dissect that movement and I can hit those muscles that will help you produce the force to make you throw faster. So you're not going to come in here and you're not going to throw a baseball 80 times and expect to get it faster every single time. We're going to have you throwing a med ball. We're going to have you going into some rotational power movements. We're going to have you going overhead slams, trying to hit the lats, trying to hit that whole system in your arm, because it's not just one muscle. I mean, we said it at the beginning, it starts from the ground up. So if I can increase your vertical power, if I can increase your horizontal power, and I can increase your rotational power, once that is evolved into the skill, everything will start to see improvement. One big thing that we always focus on is you have a fine line of your skill or your performance, and you have that level of your skill. All right. I can impact what's happening on that performance aspect. If I can get you faster, if I can get you stronger, if I get you more explosive, I can raise the level that you're at in a performance stage. And by doing that, I will also raise the potential that you have for your skill. So it's a constant moving factor. And that's how we can start to really impact these athletes in this day and age, especially in the youth development aspect. You start coming in here, if we can raise your ceiling or we can lower your or raise your floor, then I can increase that ceiling for skill development, in turn making you a better athlete whenever you're out there on the field.
Great explanation. I really like that, and I totally agree with it. Talk a little bit. I mean, you took me and you showed me like the training and recovery room, and I mean, you have all that stuff to sit there and help people out. You have the tubs, you have the ice bags for the legs and everything. I mean, you guys cover it all. So it's not just training. It's okay. We're going to take care of your body and take care of it the right way too. And then you throw the nutrition aspect in there also.
Yeah, so we have so much different connections whenever it comes to being here at Elite Performance. I mean, right now we have all of our combine guys and all of our NFL guys. They work with one of our nutritionists, and she's kind of like she's a very important piece when it comes down to the pre-draft guys. When it comes to helping them recover, making sure their gut health is in check. Because I mean, I was talking to her yesterday, and everything stems from the gut. If your gut is inflamed, if your gut can't digest anything, that's going to lead to many problems throughout the body. It can lead to some more inflammation. It could lead to brain fog. And then overall, if your gut is inflamed, you can't recover properly because your body's not getting the nutrients that it needs to break down. But on that other side of the nutrition part, we do have the recovery lounge, and man, that recovery lounge is awesome. I'm usually in there when I'm not coaching classes because I mean, if you have access to that type of equipment, it's wonders on how you can continue to go in and day out and just continue to train hard. But over here, man, we have a partnership with this brand called Elixir, and they have our recovery room fully kitted out with these Normatec compression sleeves. They have game readies, and what these game readies do is it's similar to the Normatec compression sleeve where it compresses your leg or it compresses a certain body part, and from there it flushes the entire sleeve with cold water. So it's almost like you're icing and compressing your leg at the same exact time. And man, that's a wonders. Whenever you're getting into the Normatex, let's say your legs are sore, you have some lactic acid buildup, you can go hop onto those Normatec compression sleeves, and man, that'll squeeze your legs, and it's almost like getting a massage. It'll
Yeah.
squeeze and help your body push those free radicals out of your body. And then with the Normatex, if you're feeling aches or pain, like let's say you have jumper's knee, I mean, that's very common in this industry. You get a lot of jumper's knee, you get some runner's knee. I mean, these guys have been training so hard for so long. It's these overuse injuries are just bound to occur. But if you're feeling those injuries, man, those game readies, you can strap a game ready around your knee, compress your knee, ice it at the same time. And then from that ice compression, you can take it off and then you can throw on a heat wrap. We have some heat wraps to get that blood flowing right back into it. And let's say you're not really you're not really a stationary guy. You don't want to just sit there. You want to impact the entire body. All right, we'll avoid that. And then let's just go into our ice tub and our hot tub. I mean, we have the hot tub set up at around 100 degrees. So whenever you get in there, it just loosens up all the muscles, helps the blood flow through everything, helps expand those veins within your body. And then the cold tub, you can go back and forth and get into some contrast therapy, shovel everything back into your internal organs with the ice water, and then go right back into the hot tub and just have that constant vasoconstriction, vasodilation cycle, just continually pumping blood throughout the body. As well as, let's see what else. We have some stim machines. Man, I wish I could tell you a lot about the stim machines, but sometimes it's better off to let you know that there's someone else that can provide a better answer than I can. But that's pretty much the rundown of everything we have in our recovery. I mean, recovery is the most important thing that you can do. I mean, I always like to tell the athletes too is if you're staying up till 8 a.m. or you're staying up till 12 a.m. playing video games, instead of going to sleep at those prime hours and then continuing to wake up at 5 a.m. for practice, man, it's no wonder your body hurts because you're not recovering. You're not allowing yourself to sleep. So as long as you sleep, you get the food, everything else that we have in here is just an added plus because it starts at home and it starts whenever you're getting ready for bed. It starts with what you eat and then how you recover post workout. We got to make sure we're getting all the carbs we need, all the fats we need. We got to make sure we're eating the protein. If you're not eating the protein, your body's not going to be able to have the resources that it needs to build the muscle back to where it was prior to exercise.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I will tell you what, like I said, I just wanted you to sit there and come on and talk a little bit. Hey, can you lift up your thing and show the fields
Yeah, yeah, of
to
course.
everybody?
So yeah, I was
It,
telling Tom before we have VolCon here right now. We have a bunch of athletes. So here you can probably see the setup. You can probably see some athletes that we have. Man, I wish that glare wasn't back there because there's some NFL guys that we have working out outside right now. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But that's just a whole state of the art facility. I mean, when it comes to performance training, this is the pinnacle. Elite Performance and the facilities that we have is the pinnacle. You have your D1 fitnesses, you have your mom and pop gyms, you have your small gyms. But when it comes to that level of training, I mean, all the coaches here that we have impacting all the athletes that walk through our doors, we have over 40 plus years of experience. I mean, we have Coach Mo Wells, Coach Mason Hayes, Coach Letty French. They have all been coaching collectively for 5 years plus. I mean, Mo's helping with our combine prep guys right now, and he's on his 12th combine prep. And then Mason and Letty, I mean, Mason's on his fifth combine prep, and then Letty, same right there with Mason. I mean, they came from this place called APEC Fort Worth, found the opportunity to jump on this lease, and they took it and ran with it. And just to be able to see the lives that we are already impacting that are walking through our doors, man, it's just a blessing to know that we're a book in this kid's story. We're just one page in this kid's story, and the opportunity that we have to to gain the trust of these athletes to ultimately get them to their dreams. Realistically, we want to get them to their dreams, and the fact that they trust us to get them there, it's just a blessing, man. You can't ask for anything other than that.
Absolutely. Well, I will tell you what, I mean, people down here around Dallas, Fort Worth, all in the area. If you have, if you want to train your athlete, you can get a hold of me. I will put my contact information, and I will also give you Coach Knight's contact information to get a hold of him. This is something that, something, this is that one thing that you can really take advantage of, that can sit there and make you an all-around better player, take you, from one level to the next. But it's like Coach said, you have to want it, and it has to be you. So I love talking to you today, Isaiah, and
Yes,
and
sir.
presenting this great opportunity for, all the players. We're talking about boys and girls sports. You guys take them all, and we'll work and train them, sport specific for what they're doing. And I appreciate you coming on, and anything that I can do for you. I'm gonna be back down soon,
All right.
so I can
Can't wait
sit
to have
there
you.
and tour some more and all that. But it was great having you on here. Tell Parker, who was supposed to be here, that I said hello, and he's busy with some of the stuff that's on the floor. But I'm really going to get this message out and try to, you know, get some of the really good athletes and all that to sit there and hit their goals and all that. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
of course, man. I appreciate you having me on here. And again, it comes down to whenever you get older, man, you don't want to have that regret of things that you could have been doing to get to where you wanted to be. Don't have that regret as you get through college and don't get picked up by a team. Like really sit there and realize, am I doing everything that I can to give me the best chance to get to where I want to be? And if you can sit there and say that and you can answer it confidently, like, yeah, you're doing everything you can, then okay. But if you have to think to yourself and you have to tell yourself, man, maybe I could be doing more, let's get connected. Let's get together. Let's start to get to work.
Absolutely. And that, it goes hand in hand, like with the recruiting stuff. If I have some of my kids that I work with recruiting wise working with you, it's always great for me to be able to pick your brain. Hey, how are they working? Show me, what, make a couple videos of what they're doing, so that, we can utilize that too. So like I said, great stuff, and I appreciate it. I'll let you get back to
Of
work
course.
and
Of
all that,
course.
but anything you need, brother, get in touch with me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Likewise, man. If you have anything you need, if you're coming down in the area, just reach out. We could even get together.
Sounds good, Isaiah.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Have a good rest of your day.